Hey everybody, I'm happy to report in the last few months we've had so many more clients taking advantage of our free review meetings. It's so important to take a look at your estate plan every few years at least and just have a 20-minute conversation. Does this all work? Have there been significant changes? Where are we at, and does it still jive with what we need and want? I'm going to give you a couple of examples as to reasons why you may need to have that conversation sooner than you think. I'm Valerie Zammitti of Zammitti Law. We're an estate planning attorney law firm, really, in New York and New Jersey. We provide peace of mind to families through our high client value services. If you are seeking help in estate planning or probate/trust administration, we can assist here in New York and New Jersey. And you can reach us for a free consultation at yourplanningattorney.com. And speaking of value, we are also here educating everyone for free. So please ask questions and share so together we can help some folks along the way. Now, a few, I think, obvious, hopefully, times when you might want to consider adjusting your estate plan is if you got married, if you go through a divorce, if you have another child, if you've adopted a child, right? There's more grandchildren. Of course, an estate plan, when it comes to those beneficiaries, should be flexible enough in the beginning with regard to kids and grandkids, but you should still touch base to make sure everything is copacetic. Of course, if there's a death in your family or in your chosen, fiduciary responsible, individuals, the people you trust, or in the beneficiaries. So, if you have a plan with the spouse and your spouse passes, right? That's a big deal. You have to have a conversation with your estate planning attorney and talk through where things are at. If one of your beneficiary passes, or if someone you've chosen in a particular role is no longer with us or can't serve in that role anymore. All of these things happen. I've dealt with all of them. Of course, a major change in your health or someone else that your plan covers. I think that's an important time to have a conversation. If there's been significant shifts in your assets, right? Sudden increase in assets. I tell my clients you don't have to check in with me every time you're opening an account. But if you have any concerns, if you're, say, a trust client, that you haven't funded it properly. We just had a client say they closed on a new house not too long ago, and he didn't reach out ahead of time and unfortunately did not purchase it in the name of the trust. We can help him with that. If we had known beforehand, we would have saved him an extra cost. But, these things do matter. You want to make sure everything still jives with your estate plan. Especially if you're like buying and selling property and things like that, or even a business, right? If you're a business owner, these things may need to be thought through, cleaned up, or worked on relative to your estate plan. Legal and tax changes, right? These really should come from the estate planning attorney, right? And have like certain triggers that if something impacts you, we would reach out. But if you hear of them and have a question, feel free to reach out to your professional guidance who helped you with your estate plan to make sure that it still jives based on your circumstances, your family circumstances. Of course, if you choose to make a change, right, or because there's a circumstance that requires you to make a change because in your responsible health or financial individuals, you should reach out so that can be done legally. If you feel something has shifted with your beneficiaries and you need to build in a little extra protection, or you want to say, my children seem like they're going to be responsible. They don't have to take control at 50 years old. Ha ha ha. But maybe 30 is okay, right? We can make those adjustments. And of course, if you're looking to add or remove beneficiaries, that's where my recent disinheritance video came up, because I've had recently a couple clients making adjustments where they are disinheriting a child now. So, these things are important. I've also had clients who are adding charitable bequests as part of their amended estate plan, which is a great thing. Of course, if you haven't had any conversations in the last 3 years, I think it's a good time to just review all of those moving parts, because you may not have even thought of the things that have changed in your life until you have that conversation. Again, 20 minutes, not a big deal, but to make sure that you're set to protect you, and then continue to make it easy for the family you leave behind. It's important. Of course, too, if you have an estate plan that maybe you did hodgepodge online, or, the attorney you spoke with allowed you to say, I just need a will, and that's all they gave you, which I hope isn't the case. But if you're missing, a financial power of attorney, a health proxy, a living will, anything, again, there's so many nuances that go into each of those tools. It's important to review and make sure everything is up to speed. A lot of attorneys, like myself, will actually take your prior plan and do a review of it if it makes sense, if you have a full, complete plan, so that we can see what needs to be adjusted. Of course, there's going to be a small fee, but that's what it takes to get you up to speed. Okay. I think that's all I have to say, but that was like, I don't know, 15, 16 different things. So review your plan every few years. And if you don't have one, get to it. All right. I'm Valerie Zammitti of Zammitti Law, an estate planning attorney in New York and New Jersey. And we do provide peace of mind to families every day through our high client value services. If you need help in either estate planning or probate administration, you can reach out to us for a free consultation at yourplanningattorney.com. We hope you've learned something new here today. Please don't forget, share, and take care.